What's up, guys? Welcome back to another MCOC Alliance War and taking on the Gold Squad 2 again, 2.0. We faced them, not sure how far back, but we have faced them before. And up first on Unblockable second, we have Iron Fist. Definitely wasn't expecting Iron Fist. I was looking at Unblockable. Did I say Unblockable first? Meant Unblockable second. So looking at that, and I was trying to think of who they might have put here, because I think maybe Dormammu was one of the mini bosses, so I didn't think that it would be him. And I couldn't think of another Mystic with a difficult L2 to evade. But this fight went very quickly, very easily. And I brought in Dormammu basically because it was a Mystic there, and I didn't want Hyperion Trigger and Mystic Dispersion. So up next, again, wasn't expecting Angela here, but this fight goes very, very quickly. Got some good armor up, or not armor up, but I got some good fury with that first heavy attack, so I was able to just combo and then go into my second special after that. Up next we have the special one biased, and it was Archangel, and aside from one slip up, this fight went very well. Basically I was dashing back and got caught dashing back, and because of that he did cause a bleed, and I think it's right here. So yeah, dash back just a little bit too early, and that bleed kicks in, does a whole lot of damage. Fire off my third special pretty soon. There we go, fire off the third special, and I just go ahead and try to regen at this point, just because I'm so low on health. So that's why I blocked that instead of evading it. If I didn't switch to regen, then this fight would have been over a bit faster, but like I said, I wanted to try to get some health back, which I really didn't gain any health. I just ended up back to where I started when I tried to start regening, just because of block damage. Up next we have the All or Nothing node. See a Cosmic here. I think maybe Hyperion was a mini boss, so I didn't think it was him. I'm not 100% sure on that, but yes, it's Thor. And so I got my power draining Dormammu in here, power lock, power drain. So not a hard fight. I did do the heavy attack, and I do it again later on in the fight. I think to finish him off, I fire off the heavy attack. So go back and power lock again, and then the next parry, maybe next parry, I think I land, I fire off the heavy attack. So yep, fired off, finished it off, finished the fight off. So up next, who do we have up next? Cosmic. So yes, this is a Venom coming up here. Bleed immune. He has limber, so that comes into effect. Pretty sure he had limber. So not a difficult fight as long as I keep baiting out that first special. I mean, I can evade the second special, but I do have some issues at times evading it. It's just a lot easier to evade the first, which I do end up getting hit by the first. I think what happens is I get backed up because I'm trying to, I think I was trying to trigger regen there, I'm not sure, but I get backed up trying to bait out that first special because I want him to do that instead of the second, but he keeps charging in. And finally he fires that off and I get hit. So thankfully it was a Venom instead of Venom Pull, because if it was Venom Pull, then he would have triggered a bleed, and the fight would have been over. So I would have lost. Don't know why, but when I came to this fight, I came in and then I backed out, and because the no was up, so exit alliance boards, and when I came back, I was able to see that it was a Juggernaut. Not that it made a difference, because I was going to bring in Dormammu either way. Tried to dash back there, but yeah, it didn't work. There was a little lag there. So come in, and yeah, I actually get wrecked again. So I should have fired off that. Was this a strike back? No, I can't remember if this was strike back or not. Yes, this was strike back, and that is why I think I didn't fire off that second special. So yeah, I couldn't get the power lock / power drain at the to happen at the same time, and that's why I had so much issue with this. But you see, I did push him into 3 bars of power. See, I have the I forget what it's called, immune or something like that, and if I was at 2 bars of power, then I can fire it off. So right now I can fire it off, but I mean, I know he's unstoppable, and I was thinking that as soon as unstoppable wore off, then it was going to push me to 3 bars of power, so I just fired it off, hoping that he wasn't going to block, but he did. So yeah, it turns out I could have held on to that and would have been able to power drain him and power lock him at the same time, but it didn't work out. So just trying to get as much damage in as possible before I get KO'd. I didn't want to revive Dormammu again just to finish this fight off and bring in Iceman. I know that I'm going to have the Cold Snap and some Frostbite charges, and it's going to take him down pretty quickly. So fire off the first special. I knew it was going to end it right there. Up next we have the Bleed node, and I believe it's called Breakthrough, something like that. So he starts off, yes, with that increased armor rate, and then each hit he loses armor. So each hit does an armor break. Fired off that heavy attack just so that I can shut down his AI and fire off a first special, but yeah, I was trying to bait out a special and got hit by the heavy attack and got power drained as well. So I have to, if I want to hit him with a first special, then I'm going to have to land a heavy attack first to shut down his AI again. And I do know that I end up getting backed into the corner at some point during this fight. I think it's right here. So trying to bait out his special. I want him to fire off that first special. And like I said, I'm backed into the corner, so I want him to fire off again before I do a special, but yeah, I got hit by that. And because it caused a stun, I'm guessing, and maybe he has the mastery that reduces ability accuracy by 30% when stunned. So I think that tiny stun is what removed my ice armor, the ability for it to come back. So I had to fire off a third special in order to bring my ice armor back. But yeah, I was able to push him back to the other end, get out of the corner, which was good. This fight is coming to an end pretty soon. I can't fire off my first special because I guess I could. Yeah, I think I just fired that off hoping that because I was in assassin range that maybe he wouldn't evade it. So, you know, just some part of it will clip him, and it did. And so yeah, just came in here. Teammate beat me to it. Finished off, or did everything except for like 8 or 9k, so I was able to finish him off very quickly. And I just wanted to do a little bit of damage to Magic. It's been a while since I did anything to a boss, so yeah, I wasn't expecting to take her down, obviously. But brought in Hyperion, who was almost KO'd, wasn't expecting to do anything. Yeah, I couldn't even finish off the first special. I was hoping that I could, you know, get some incinerate damage on her. Which, speaking of which, I did find out recently that you can, at least with Phoenix, you can cause incinerate damage to an immune champ. So debuff immune, you can still incinerate them with Phoenix, and you can also stun them with Phoenix. Not through a parry, but through when has her overload and she goes into cooldown, you can actually stun them. So back to this fight right here. Try to pause it. You see the pause it. I was going to pause it and quit, but Limbo wore off right before I paused it. So now I'm just letting the charges wear off before I get KO'd by Limbo. So that's what that pause was there. I ended up doing about 24k damage. So not much, but I guess it helped out a little bit. Anyways, we ended up winning this war by defender rating. I think they beat us in kills. Was that this fight? Yes, they crushed us in kills. So yeah, we spent big just to win that fight. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next war. Take care.